Hi all, Karen for Karen and Bluto's another review channel, another movie discussion. You guys seem to be enjoying the other discussions we have posted with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Friday the 13th. So we decided to do another series. I have my man behind the camera with me.
Hello.
So Bob's behind the camera. We're trying something a little bit different
Yeah, make
because
sure you explain what we're doing.
because my computer is being
Your computer sucks.
a pain in the ass today and it keeps freezing up. So we're filming via my computer and also via my phone.
So we may be switching back and forth. We're going to look professional now.
Yeah, so I'm trying to go between both.
Just watch you don't fidget too far out of the
Yeah,
screen.
so Bob's keeping an eye on the filming on my iPhone. I have the computer in front of me.
We're all ready to go. We're professionals now.
Yeah, we're expanding.
Right.
So like I said, trying some new things. We're trying to learn as we go with these to try and implement new thoughts, new ideas, just to kind of keep growing and make it better, basically, is what it comes down to. So for this discussion, we're going to do the Evil Dead series.
Cool. Best trilogy horror out there, probably.
So,
well, maybe this. Yeah, probably the best or second best horror trilogy.
What would be the first best?
Night, Dawn, and Day.
We have to do those ones yet, too. We've been discussing that. So obviously we're going to start at the beginning with this one with The Evil Dead.
Are you going to show it over here, too?
Oh, yeah. Here. Sorry, guys.
There we go.
This is new. So this is, I think, the original DVD Bob got when we first got our DVD player. And I don't really remember seeing any other DVDs this way with the plastic and it being open like this. He did have the special editions of the book, but they kind of started to fall apart.
Yeah, if you had them and they rotted away, leave a comment on there.
Yeah, which he's finding has been happening with a lot of his horror props that he's had over the years. They just start...
And that really is annoying.
Withering away. So here's the back.
Party in an air fryer.
Oh.
Sorry, I just thought I'd say that.
Notifications coming up on my phone. So,
just in case everybody wants to know that.
So this movie was in 1981. I think the budget was fairly limited with using my cell phone. I can't really refer to anything.
Well, that's good. You got to know this shit off the top of your head now.
So, I remember Bob was trying to get me to watch this when we were first dating, and I refused. I was terrified. I'm like, I'm scared. I don't want to watch it. But I think it took me about a year or so to actually watch it the whole way.
Did you always want to watch?
You always said How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
That was all you ever wanted to watch with me. You never wanted to watch any of this stuff.
I don't remember that. I mean,
but you remember this. You always wanted me to watch that. You always said that because that was one thing you always went to. You never liked this stuff. You always wanted to watch that. Like, really?
Yeah, so eventually...
what's the name of the book in this?
The Necronomicon.
That's where I'm going to go. The Necronomicon. That's coming to Pittsburgh.
I can say it right.
All right, let's...
How's it said?
It's fine the way you said it. It's good.
No, it's not.
Well, I'll tell you later.
Okay, so...
Let's go.
You know, we just wrote down some notes when we were watching these, like little things we thought we would mention with watching this. Like I put down about the basement is actually not in the cabin they're in. They just dug out the little area and then they filmed the rest of it in a studio. Is that what it was?
I don't remember where,
but yeah,
but
the basement wasn't physically at this cabin they were filming at. And you said
you really won't be able to tell, honestly. If
you said it was this was a real cabin.
Yeah,
that was filmed
at. It was a real cabin.
Okay,
it's not there anymore, but yeah.
Yeah, and then we talked about how the when they're down in the basement getting the book and the other stuff,
the
and
Necronomicon.
That thing.
Yeah. All right. Well,
bite me. How there's the Hills Have Eyes poster in the background.
That was kind of a running gag that they kind of did with each other. That, and then the Evil Dead is shown in Nightmare on Elm Street. I'm sure you leave a comment if you remember that scene where the one character is watching Evil Dead in Nightmare on Elm Street. The good Nightmare on Elm Street, not the
I was going to say not the crappy one that Bluto and I reviewed.
Yeah, I sort of remember the remake. I don't like it. All right.
I had mentioned, Sam Raimi directed all of these. And he went on to obviously direct some other things, including the one Spider-Man trilogy with Tobey Maguire in it. Bruce Campbell made
that I
cameos
never
in
saw.
each of those. They're okay. The third one kind of sucked.
I like Batman. Sorry, Spider-Man's fine. I like Batman and Wonder Woman. So if he ever does either one of those, I'm on for it.
You're up for that. So I'm trying to think. What was
Let's
the
just start
first?
beginning. Let's talk about. We haven't
What?
talked about the movie yet.
What? When did you first see this?
Same probably. I think I watched it again up in Ligonier. Rented at that video store that you talked about where that chick worked or whatever. Probably
Yeah.
because
The,
that's when we had it. We had a cottage up in Ligonier for the summer. We got it back in like 1987 and fixed it up and and like there was a video store that was like right literally down the road or whatever from there. And I would go there every Tuesday and Thursday, rent one, get one free. You probably heard that on the other one. I was up there. I ran a lot of stuff during the summer when there was no school. And then that's where I saw a lot of my movies. That and HBO. So
yeah, he watched everything on
yeah.
HBO. He
If it
said when
was
it was
on in the
on.
80s on HBO from like 85 on, I saw it. So yeah, I saw it back when I was a kid. Probably, 10, something like that. Around there. And yeah, that's probably when I saw it. And I thought it was awesome. Obviously. Because it is.
Obviously.
And I watched it the whole way through the first time I watched it. I popped it in, I watched the whole movie, and I was like, wow. I think I probably rented it like, I would rent stuff a couple of times later. I think I rented it a couple of times over the summer. Yep. Good movie. That's when I saw it. When did you see it? Like 10 years ago, whenever you were afraid to watch it.
Probably about 16, 17 years
Have
ago.
you ever heard of this before me?
No.
Never?
No. I can say, because I would always say too how there was a video store I went to growing up, and some of the covers, like I would walk around the horror movie set. I would walk around the store because it was small.
Well, so was one up there.
And just kind of look at all the different covers. Because when Bluto and I did the review of
That's
Chopping
scary.
Mall,
I don't like that.
I was looking at the cover like, what the hell is this?
Did you see a cover from a store there, and you ran to your mom and said, "Mom, I'm scared. I don't like that cover. It scared me. I want to leave."
No,
Oh, you
I
didn't
just
do that.
remember
Oh.
the one April Fool's Day. The video store had the poster of Pumpkinhead upside down in the window.
Awesome movie.
Because I said something to him, and she was like, "It's for April Fool's Day."
That's a great movie.
What, Pumpkinhead?
Yes.
Did you see any of the other ones?
Yeah, I saw the second one. Didn't like it. And
I think I've actually watched all of them, but
No.
we're digressing here. Anyways,
let's just get back on it.
so basically, this movie, it's very basic, very simple effects.
And it works.
There's a lot of stop-go animation in this, right?
Yeah, mostly at the end, I think.
Yeah, like at the end.
I just think the ending was that. I don't think it was the whole way through. It was just makeup stuff.
If you don't know the movie, five, I don't know, got people, adults.
Guys.
I meant to say, that's why, you have Bruce Campbell playing Ash, his girlfriend Linda, his sister Cheryl.
Cheryl.
Yeah. Cheryl, whatever. And then
the other chick, I forget what her name is.
I wrote it. I thought I wrote it down. Maybe
you know
not.
what I'm talking about. She gets killed pretty early, but whatever.
But it's just them going up, and then everything kind of goes from there after they find the book and they find the recordings that Professor Noby did. Yeah. Okay, I was trying to remember his name because I
can't remember the one chick. I'm trying to think of it. I don't know. If you remember, you'll put it in one of the things. Right. I don't know why. I don't remember people's names. That's one thing you might have learned.
Watching, yeah, it's kind of.
I'm not a name person.
But he corrected me a lot on Friday the 13th. He doesn't know names though.
Well, it depends on who they are. If they're a main character, I mean, she's not really
she's just kind of there, and we say about how annoying Cheryl gets.
Kind of like if you were in a movie, you would just kind of be there.
I would just be there. Yeah, I'd be in the background. And I know too. We were talking when we were watching this about who would you actually think the main character is?
Scott.
Right.
That's what I thought. I think I might have thought that when I was a kid. Like, he seemed like he was the main, like. But then again, what other movies out there? Okay, leave a comment if there's any out there, because I want to know. Besides, the only ones I can think of is this series, because you have Ass, and it's not a girl. And then the only other one I could think of offhand is like that Dead Alive, that one dude in Dead Alive.
Yeah,
What other horror movies out there where the dude is like the, I don't know, I guess the heroine of the movie, and not
the hero,
whatever, and not like it's always the girls or whatever. And I'm
Well, I
not
think
talking
that's
guy and girl. I mean, like,
right.
just where it's just a guy with no other people there. I can't think of any offhand.
Well, what
I'm sure
about
there
that
is.
Hostel?
Yeah, I guess, but I'm not a, yeah.
Now, I know you're not a
Yeah, I
fan
get,
of
we just
that, but
watched that. I
no,
get, yeah,
yeah,
that
but
could be
that's just
two.
sticking out because we just watched that fairly recently and
Oh, yeah, that'd
everything.
be one. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm talking about. See, I didn't think of that. I'm not a big fan of those. You
Right,
probably maybe have noticed that, but yeah, like that. That's that there, but I can't think of anything. I don't know. Maybe I'll think of something later. But okay.
right. But I mean, I think that's what they do with a lot of these horror movies, though. It's the last girl standing more so. Like, I mean, I don't know how to describe it because they were saying about how it seems like females are victimized more, so they try to do.
That's
I
stupid.
mean, I don't know. That's just my opinion, but
I
I
like it
mean,
when it's
yeah,
the chick because they survive. They're the smartest ones because they survive. That's what I look at. I don't look at it as anything else. Like they're the smartest one. Okay, so it's degrading against women, but who survives? They're the smartest ones there because they're the ones that survive. If they were stupid, then they'd be the ones that always get killed. Like kind of like in this series, I guess. I don't know, but I mean, I don't know what it is, but I don't get into all that. I just watch it, but I don't look at movies. I don't look at movies that way. I don't analyze it as people. Oh, this statement. Like I said, when I watch Slumber Party Massacre, not to get off topic, I don't analyze the movies. I just watch them and enjoy them. If they're fun and entertaining, cool. I don't look at every little detail like, what does this mean? What does that mean? I don't care. I just want to see a good, entertaining movie. I don't even care if the movie sucks. If it's entertaining and I like it, I don't care. If it's fun, but stupid, then cool. I'm cool with it. As long as it's entertaining and fun, that's all I want. Just entertain me for an hour and a half. And if I can laugh and be like, oh, that's cool. I like this. This is good. Or if it's like, yeah, that's good effects. I like the characters and that, then I'm fine with it. I don't care how bad it is. That's in my opinion. I don't
yeah.
handle these things like you do.
So, too, we were talking, watching this, like how,
I guess we're still good on your end.
yeah, going
Sweet.
fine. So, fingers crossed, guys.
Maybe we'll upload this twice. We'll have like two different angles.
Yeah.
We'll have the Bob angle and then the selfie angle. All right.
So, we were talking too how, like, when they're driving, Scott's driving the car and he has like an open mason jar.
He's
So it's
drinking
like, is he
moonshine. Come
drinking
on.
moonshine? And then other parts, it looks like there's possible moonshine.
Oh, he's a moonshiner. Come on.
So, but I mean, getting back, like watching this because of the way the Scott character is compared to the Ash character,
I like the car.
the POS.
Oh, that's an awesome car, man.
But I mean, it kind of makes you wonder, like watching if
That's
you're
another things too. I'm not going to get into it, but people can leave a comment. See if you know the story about the car. I'm not going to get into it, so it's interesting. But okay,
I
go
have
ahead.
no clue.
All right, well, see if anybody else knows. So
But it's kind of like the way Scott is in the movie. You
he's
would,
the leader. He's you. He's the
yeah,
leader. Listen to me. I'm
it's
going to
like
take charge.
you wouldn't think Ash is the last person standing or
He's
going to
almost a
be.
wuss.
Yeah, that's what I literally wrote down
Oh,
here in my notes is I always describe the Ash character throughout as being the reluctant hero because he's such a wuss in the first
what would
one.
Bruce Campbell be doing now if they only made one Evil Dead and didn't make the other ones? Would he be
Yeah.
doing what he's doing? Would he be known as a cool badass like he is, or would he just kind of have been like Scott? Who's he? I don't even know who he is or what his real
Yeah.
name is. I mean, he might be in other things for all I know, but I don't know. I don't know anybody else. They've been in. No, they've been in. I know the girls have been in like other Sam Raimi movies and stuff like that, but I don't know a lot about them because you don't really hear a whole lot about them. At least
No,
I
you
don't.
hear about Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, because
Bruce
so
is the man. And then too, I documented on this, and I think they do this in the second Evil Dead. Is like you get the camera shot point of view for the
yeah.
demons, deadites, whatever
Yeah, and
you
that's how
want
it
to call them.
starts out. But I thought it can only be in at night. How does the movie start out where it shows the POV of the deadite, but yet the sun is still up? But then I thought it could only be out at night.
I don't
And that
know.
happens later on. I don't know. That kind of confuses me
Yeah,
there.
well,
But
no, I just
like I said, I just watch it for fun. I don't really analyze a lot of mistakes. But if you've seen the movie for 30 years, hundreds of times, and you sort of notice things after you see it that many times. But
no.
whenever you
Next
first
year will
watch
be
it,
40 years.
well, yeah, so probably been 40, yeah. Well, when I saw it, I'm sorry. Since I
Oh,
saw the
okay.
movie, I didn't see the movie in '81. Sorry, I kind of saw it probably in '87 or '88 or so. So I've been watching it for 30 years or so, and then I only you know, you notice things as you watch them later on. Like, oh, I never noticed that before.
Well, I just remember when we watched this after we got the DVD, you noticed about the tree
It's just little
branch
things that you don't
being
see.
stuck
It's
under.
like
He's like,
watching
"Oh
a new
my
movie.
god!"
Well, it's just like watching it for first time again when a picture's cleared up, or when you watch a Blu-ray of something
Hmm.
that's
And then the
cleaned
other
up.
thing we were talking about too when we were watching this was the chainsaw on-off switch.
Yeah, I guess I never heard of such a thing unless they just don't show and pull the thing. I don't think there has ever been a chainsaw where you just. That's kind of like very dangerous. But I don't know. It's just one of them dumb things that you notice. Oh, you done with it?
Yeah, I showed it, so I was just
Okay.
sending it out of the way. And then, like, I also marked on here because the way his sister is, like, how she's so afraid to go outside and everything. And then at one point, when she hears the noises outside, she goes outside to investigate.
She acts like she's 3 years old. She does act like that. I don't know. I don't know if that's the way you would be if you were in here like whiny. If you went to the cabin and you'd be like, I don't like this. I'm scared. I don't want to be here.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go live in town and watch How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
I'm never going to live
Well,
that
that's. I'm
down.
like, why do you want to? I don't know. That stuff's stupid. That doesn't
Yeah.
hold up.
Well, then too, I just said
This holds up. People talk
I
about
said
this
on
more.
this too about how Ash just kind of descends into madness, like towards the end of the movie with everything with having to kill his friends. Well, he doesn't cut Linda up
Yeah, that was.
as you
At
need
least
to.
Scott took the axe and chopped up his bitch. It's
I
like,
want to say her name's Jamie for some
no,
reason, but that's
no, I forget. I don't know. Just put it in the. I know I'm gonna forget. I don't know. Maybe it's written on here. But anywho, yeah. All right, go ahead and talk about how Scott has no trouble chopping up his bitch. He's like,
yeah,
yeah, I don't care, fuck her.
yeah. At one point, like after she's possessed and she's attacking Scott, and Ash is standing there with the axe, and he's not doing anything, and Scott just grabs the axe and
Mm-hmm.
like butchers her because that's the one thing
He
it
doesn't
said.
care.
That's the one thing it said on the tape in the one part. In order to deal with these,
Yeah, on the Necronomicon, it said in the through the act of bodily dismemberment.
yeah,
He didn't piss her out. He's like,
he's like,
okay,
screw this. Meanwhile, later after,
Shelley, I think it is.
yeah, Shelly,
I
that's
know
what
I'd think of it if I just think about it.
his
I just can't.
Scott's girlfriend. I don't know. I had Jamie on the brain for some reason. And I don't even know
Jamie.
where that came from.
Jamie.
But
All right, moving on from that.
yeah, I mean, he has no problem. And then the part later when after Linda's possessed, and then her makeup's very basic compared to what the other
He should
with
just
the
chopped everybody up and left.
yeah.
Then he would have had no problem. Like, okay, and then walk away. Chopped everybody up
Well,
and
they
left.
wouldn't have been leaving by car because the bridge is all
Well, there was another way. He said there is another way.
yeah, but you couldn't see it. And then the trees are alive.
Yeah, with the sound of music or whatever that is. The trees are alive with this. I don't know what that's from something.
Sound of music,
Yeah, I
dear.
don't know what the.
That's my mom's favorite movie.
The
Okay.
Book of the Dead.
Oh, yeah, that was the other thing. I forgot.
You didn't even mention that.
Yeah, no, I
That's what
skipped
that's
over
called.
the Book of the Dead. You were saying something about it, and Jason Goes to Hell.
Yeah, um, yeah, that's how Jason's mom resurrected Jason. But I don't know if it's in Jason Goes to Hell. If you ever seen that movie, it's still it's in there for. I thought that was kind of funny though. I don't know why it was in there, just as a in joke or whatever. But
Well, maybe these horror
yeah,
movie
it's a
creator.
Necronomicon for the dumbasses that don't know what it's called.
Yeah, I'm the dumbass.
Well, you said it wrong, but it's funny. That's why I just let you go with it. All right,
Ex Mortis.
what else is on the what?
Ex Mortis.
Yeah, isn't there a band called that too?
I don't know. Is there?
Probably. All right, what else is on my notes? I don't remember.
That was about it because I was taking the notes.
Yeah, well, that's it. Seriously, that's all you have on that.
Yeah, we have almost 20 minutes in.
Oh, all right. Sorry, I was just talking about this. Yeah, I like the ending of it. Whenever the ending's weird, how he throws the book in it. I guess there's another book too, where it's from the second one, but the second one is kind of like a remake kind of thing too, in
Yeah.
a way. But
Well, how are the Deadite demon things alive at the end if he burnt the book that they come and attack him?
same reason they're out in the day, I guess. I don't know why I thought they could only be out at night, because he says that in the second one. He goes, the sun's driven it away or something. So I just always have thought that they couldn't be out in there. So, where yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the ending's cool though. I mean, when the effects are, I mean, they're not great, but they work for me.
They're simple. They're not the CGI.
I don't know if it's CG from back then or if how they did that. See, I don't know exactly how they did it. Some of the stuff was stop to animation, and other stuff wasn't. And, you know, I like the part whenever the blood drips from the light bulb and all that. I think Sam Raimi actually got that from the Three Stooges episode.
What, the Three Stooges episode, Drip Blood?
No, the one three. That's another thing somebody commented on. If you've seen the Three Stooges episode with the light bulb that fills up with water, he kind of got that from that. I heard because Sam Raimi is a big Three Stooges fan. How can you blame him? I mean, I am too. Even though I don't think you are, but
I
you
watch
know,
it.
I watch it in passing or occasionally, whatever. But you weren't. You probably didn't watch that a lot. But yeah, he takes a lot of his stuff from the Three Stooges stuff or whatever. A lot because he is a big Stooges fan, and all the Deadites and stuff are called fake Shemps and stuff like that, which I think is hilarious.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, like if you look at it, that's because a lot of the actors didn't come back or whatever for the ending. So the demon that's Cheryl, I think, is somebody else playing that plays her or something. I don't remember exactly, but yeah. But I mean, I like it. It's cool. It holds up for me. Like I said, I'm not picky about stuff. If it's entertaining and fun, I watch it. If it's not, well, for one thing, it's not rated. You said it's rated R. Did you say that in this one or the other one?
No, I didn't say that in this one.
Oh, yeah, because we had to do a take two because somebody's computer sucks. All right, yeah, it says
No, I
any.
don't even think I said it in our
I don't
first
remember.
attempt.
Whatever. It says it's not rated. I don't know what it was or whatever. Like I said, I wasn't around back then to pay attention to a lot of that stuff. All right. Yeah, I guess. All right, we can wind it down here. How do you want to? What do you want to conclude? 1999 is when his DVD came out.
Okay.
So you didn't like the movie. You're afraid of it. You hated it, and now you like it for some reason. I don't know. I always liked it.
Just like, I mean, many times watching it and seeing what
I don't know.
it's
It's not
grown on
scary.
me.
That's cool. I don't know. I don't get scared by watching it. I wish I did sometimes because I
Oh,
want
my
to know what it's
nose is
like.
so itchy.
I want to know what it's like to be scared to watch a movie because I never was like that. It never bothered me because I knew it was a movie and it wasn't real and it was effects. I mean, I'm not. I just never was like that, and they never bothered me. No movies ever bothered me. I never had a problem with it. So, all right, you can wind it up, and then we'll get on to the second one. So, go ahead.
What else is there to say?
Yeah, wind it. Well,
Bruce is the only one that survives.
okay, good way to end it. I guess, unless he becomes possessed, but you
Yeah.
never know.
We don't really know, though, because it just kind of ends.
Hmm?
Like I said, it's that POV shot going from the woods, through the back door, through the house, out the front door, and then ends with Bruce Campbell going, ah! What?
Hey, cool. All right. I guess that's how we'll.
Ashley.
Yeah, I think that name confused me because when I was a kid, I saw that. I was like, Ashley's a girl's name, isn't it?
But like I said, Gone with the Wind, one of the characters was
I
named
did.
Ashley.
I saw that later on. I didn't watch that.
Well, I never even watched Gone with the Wind the whole way through. I just remember seeing bits and pieces of it. One of the characters, I remember one of the male characters was named Ashley.
Cool. Yeah, show the thing here too. Are we
Okay.
done?
So we're going to move on.
It's your channel. We done?
Do you have anything else to add? What are you doing?
Nothing. I was taking the. I'm taking the. I never know I didn't take the sticky thing out of here. Whatever that thing's called. That thing they scan. Yeah. I don't
Sensor,
know.
so you don't steal.
Yeah, I never took that out of there.
Oops.
All right.
Bump
Yeah,
the
I
light.
like it. Great movie.
Oh, you didn't grab your Blu-ray of that one.
No, I forgot about. I have a Blu-ray. I just didn't grab it. Well, I grabbed this one because it's older. Maybe people have seen the Blu-ray. Maybe people don't. Maybe people aren't familiar with this version because it's kind of old. So the Blu-ray is just the cool cover with the skull on it. So
That you have a tattoo of.
yeah, you have a tattoo of it. You have a big tattoo of that on your back.
Yeah. Just like I have a big tattoo of Jason on my back, too.
Mm-hmm. You got a collages.
A collages.
You got a collage of stuff tattooed on your back. You got Jigsaw and whatever. All right, are we done with that? Yes. I can't see now because some stupid thing came up. It says if you switch to Geico now, you could save. Sorry, it just popped up on your phone. All right, we're at like 24. Yeah, we're good. All right, we'll go into part 2 here.
Okay. So moving on.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't.
We got Evil Dead Part 2.
ED2.
Kiss Your Nerves Goodbye. Ooh, even Roger Ebert
Does it say
gave this
kiss
three
nerves or
stars.
nerve endings?
No, it says "Kiss Your Nerves Goodbye,"
Maybe
and Roger Ebert gave it 3 stars.
wow, that's probably.
So,
You're gonna show it over here.
yeah, hold on.
I
There's the
like that.
back,
I like
guys.
that cut back there with the hand on the thing.
Whoops, there's the front. And this was out in '87. I have written
Yeah.
down.
Does that happen in the movie with his hand there? Unless that must be a still shot publicity because I don't remember that scene where his hand chokes him.
No, I was going to say his hand's choking him when it's still attached to him,
Sorry, I'm
right?
trying to grab this while since you didn't.
Okay, so one of the first things I wrote down is this a reboot or a remake?
To me, it's Evil Dead 2. You watch it and have fun with it. I mean, that's fine if you want to. I know people look at things like that, and I've heard that too. But see, I just watch it because it's fun. I don't analyze it. I mean, I'm kind of picky on some continuity. It all depends on what it is or what goes on. Some things I care about, some things I don't care about. But again, if it's a good movie, I watch it. So, but yeah, I don't
And this
know.
is one of the ones you said too with the horror comedy.
That works for me. Yeah, it is because this works for me because it's I don't know. So I don't like a lot of horror comedy stuff. I don't. This here, the Dead Alive's cool. Um, Toxic Avenger is awesome. That's kind of like that. Yeah, like the trauma stuff. I like obviously because Lloyd Kaufman, man, he's funny. His stuff's funny. I like a lot of those. Evil Dead works, and Friday Part 6 works. I don't like stuff like that. See, I like the way these movies are filmed. This looks like a even not. I know. Again, I want to get off thing here because just to say, like the first one, it looks like a movie. Stuff now doesn't look like a movie. I hate movies now. Like when you go on Amazon and look at these trailers, like we do. I hate these movies that look like right now, like they look like they're filmed with your phone right here. It has a quality that somebody is filming it with their phone, and I don't like that. I hate that. I mean, I just don't like. I don't mind the video stuff, like the shot on video, like those old movies like Blood Cult was known those ones that are that's fine, that don't bother me there. But ones where they just look like they're filmed on these cell phones and they're clear, I don't like that. I like a movie to look like a movie. I don't like. Do you like that? Not to get off topic, but I mean that's what I like most about all these old horror movies too, because they look like a movie. Like where this movie was filmed, like using one of those things. Now, it would be stupid. Do you like that?
No, because we watched that. What was that one Amazon movie we
Well, just to
watched?
get to the, just
Yeah.
don't worry about that. Like, do you like movies that look like film, or do you like ones that look like they're filmed on their cameras or their phones or whatever? I hate that. It's so cheap and stupid looking. But yeah, that's what I like too about these old movies too. They look awesome. They sound awesome. The effects are really good because they're convincing to me. Like everything in here, I believe that it's there. Some of the stuff like that part when she's dancing, that's the stop go animation. I like that
Hmm.
part. But that works for me. I like stop animation, like the old Ray Harryhausen stuff with like the Jason and the Argonaut things with the skull. I like that kind of stuff. That looks so much more cooler and takes more talent to do than running through a CG crap thing. And I mean, I don't know. If you know how to use computers, you can do that. I want you to go on there. I want you to build a monster. I want to see a big 7 foot actual monster that's being controlled by stuff rather than seeing computer effects. And that's why these old movies always hold up for me. All the effects. I'm just saying about that because the effects in this are awesome. So yeah, I'll just I can stop at that there. But I like it looks cool. The way they film movies looks cool like these two. So what were we doing there? Where were we at on your notes?
We were discussing about the reboot and remake, and you went off about
The
filming.
remake?
If is this a
Oh,
reboot versus a
all right.
remake?
Yeah, all right. I don't know. There's lots of debate on that. I personally, I honestly, I don't care. To be honest, I just like it. I mean, it's cool. I like the characters in there. I like, it kind of starts you off real quick. It has no, you don't really don't have time to sit back and relax or
Right. Well,
take
that's
a
one
break.
thing I wrote
It
on
hits you
here.
right away. You
It
really
wastes no
start.
time getting into
Yeah, like
everything.
within like 5 minutes or so, they show up. He starts the tape thing, and off we go. You're on a
Yeah, it's
roller
Ash and
coaster ride
Linda
for an
again.
hour and a half. That's all you go.
Well, I put on here like, how does Ash know this cabin is there if it's supposed to be the Nobi cabin? Because remember, his daughter
Yeah.
Annie, whatever her name is, later says about how to get to the
Annie.
couldn't remember Annie.
Yeah, yeah.
how do we get to the no? That's the way the Nobi cabin or whatever. It's like, well, how did Ash know this cabin was there?
I don't know. Maybe he heard about it, or maybe the first Evil Dead was a past life experience, and then he kind of remembers that. I don't know. See, that's what I mean. I don't get into all that. I just watch it, and if it's cool, great. Like I said, continuity doesn't really bother me that much. It just depends on how it's done. You know, it would have bothered me if somebody else would have played Ash. Like, I wouldn't have got behind that. Probably because, that kind of bothers me sometimes. Depends on who it is. Like, the Friday thing when three different people play Tommy Jarvis. It kind of takes you out. You can't get invested in the character when it's played by a bunch of different people. But since Bruce Campbell plays him, I won't want to see anybody else play Ash. So it really doesn't bother me. I can just sit back and roll with it. Sit back, crack open a beer, have some pizza or whatever, and enjoy the movie. Just have fun with it. And watch it for fun. And
Well, you mentioned though, like the inside parts of this were filmed in a gym, a school gym,
it was the whole set was built in a gym.
and they just did like a mock outside, like just with the sides to do the
Sides and the back
outsides.
and the front. Yeah, it was a fake thing. That was filmed outside. That's how they did that. But
And they also do the point of view shots with the camera
I
again
like
with
it.
the
Yeah, I like when they
demons.
do that. I like when it goes through the car,
Hmm.
crashes through the thing, and it's chasing them. I like that thing there.
And then I also mentioned on this too that this movie and even Army of Darkness, there's more physical slapstick.
See, I don't really like that in a lot of movies, but with this, it works. It depends on if it works or not. To me, it works with this. If
Yeah.
you know how to do it, just like Three Stooges stuff, because he's really influenced by that. To
Hmm.
me, that works. If they did something like that now, I'd hate it because it would just wouldn't be the same. But back then, it worked because they knew what they were doing. If you know what you're doing, you can make anything work. I mean, just like anything, if you know what
Yeah.
you're doing, it looks better and it knows
But you have
how
that
to
like
work.
the part where his hands possessed and he's like throwing himself all over the
Yeah, that
room.
would be fake now. They would just have a cart. They
He's
would have
like,
him bouncing all over. I know you can't see what I'm doing, but they would have him bouncing all over the walls and bang, like here, there, and it will be some crappy
right. Meanwhile,
CGI
he's like
effect.
flipping himself.
He actually did do that. He flipped
Yeah.
himself over, and they just sped the. He's actually doing it. They just sped the film up. See that simple trick there? He actually did it, and all he did was speed the film up. See how simple that is? He actually did it.
And it doesn't seem like Ash is as much of a wuss in this one.
This is when he kind of becomes the character.
Yeah, this is, I think, where it becomes more memorable
If
that.
this didn't exist, then Ash would be that character would be nothing if it was
Hmm.
just the first one, like I said. So yeah, I like it where he cuts his hand off with the chainsaw. I like how he starts it with his mouth. It's like I
Yeah,
want
he
to see
does have a
somebody do
cord
that.
in this one.
Yeah, but I want to see somebody start a chainsaw with their mouth.
Yeah.
I want to see if that could be put that on that
Well, considering you have to, how
Mythbusters.
hard you have to pull like a cord like
I
that.
can't do that. It's
No, I mean, I'm
yeah.
just saying, I know
But see,
that.
that works for me because it's not supposed to be serious. Just sit back, watch it, and have fun with it. I like that part there.
And I like the part where he's trying to shoot the hand and then the hand gets caught in the mousetrap and it flips him off.
That's hilarious.
Because he's
That's
sitting there
funny.
laughing and the hand's like, yeah, you.
That works for me. I think it's great. I like it. It's a comedy that works for me, and the effects are good. I think they had somebody actually do that with their hand, and they built where they built the set. See, they do none of this now.
Mm-hmm.
That's why
What was it?
probably won't see me talking about new movies that much because I don't like them. I mean, I hate new horror movies. That rarely is a new horror movie. The only thing I can think of, like I said, since we kind of get off topic a little bit here and there, like Orphan is the last great horror movie that I could think that I really liked. And I can't think, I just don't get into them because I don't like the way they're filmed. I don't like the effects. I hate the characters.
Well, what about Blair Witch? The newer.
Well, yeah, I like,
Because I think that one was.
after. That's fine. I like Orphan better,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't mind that one. But I'm just really not a new horror fan. They're just so horrible, and they seem more and more to try to make some kind of statement instead of just having fun. Make a fun, crazy movie. Everything has to have a point and a meaning, and the characters. I don't know why they have to feel the need to make that's the thing too. Sure, Cheryl was annoying, but she wasn't annoying to the point that you just like everybody is now. Everybody in horror movies just suck now. But everybody's cool in this. I like Ted Raimi.
That's who did Henrietta,
Yeah,
right? That's what I was trying to
I
remember.
thought that was funny. They didn't want to put the actress through all that, so he Sam Raimi made his brother do it to put him through it,
It's
which
like,
is
you're going to
great.
be in my movie, and this is what you're going to do.
Yeah, I like him. He's cool. He pops up here and there and stuff.
Hmm.
And I like the Bobby Joe. She's
Yeah,
awesome.
I forgot to look up and see what soap opera she was in.
Well, put it at the bottom of the screen here, which I'm
Yeah,
sure you're not
right.
going to do yet.
Hey, I did it on the Friday the 13th.
We'll see if it pops up on there this
I
time
want to
around.
say it was like One Life to Live or something like
One of
that.
them, who cares? How many are there? How many were there back then? Like
Who
5 or 6?
knows?
I don't know. Who cares? I like her. I thought she was cool. I thought
You liked her man.
she was kind of. He's funny. He was in some stuff too. He's funny, but I like Bob Joe. I thought she's pretty hot.
Bobby Joe, where you at, girl?
Yeah, I thought they were funny. They didn't bother me. I wish she would have been in a little more. They should have had the trees rip her clothes off or something like that.
Yeah, they really didn't do that like they did in the first one. It was just more they grabbed her and I guess the tree ate her.
I don't know. They never
I
really
mean,
show her.
it just, she gets pulled towards this one tree and that's it.
And then,
And then, of course, Ash gets possessed a couple
yeah.
times.
And then, like I said, that one other chick shows up with the rest of the pages from the what is it? What is that called again?
The Book of the Dead.
Yeah, what's that called again?
Book of the Dead.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
And then I don't know, that dude that's with her, is that her like boyfriend or just somebody that
I
works with her
guess
father?
doesn't
Or
he kiss her when she gets off the plane or
yeah,
something?
I don't
I just
remember.
assume it is. I don't know.
Because I mean, when Professor
See,
Noby's talking and they're doing that thing in the beginning, he was saying about being with his wife, his daughter, and
yeah,
his associate, and I can't remember the dude's name.
maybe I don't know. But see, that's the thing too. Does it really now they would have to make a whole backstory on that. But honestly, who really cares? Is it really that important to the plot? Does it really matter who he
Well, I
is?
just laugh how he like gets his ass kicked, and then 5 minutes later he's possessed.
Well, Ash gets possessed in this one.
Yeah, but Ash also is able to fight the possession.
Well, maybe he's not as weak as the other guy is. But yeah, I don't know. It don't matter. But what else do you have on your notes here?
Well, I just said too, like Ash has kind of another descendant to madness in this
This isn't the
one.
madness in all of them.
Yeah,
The part whenever the stuff's laughing at him.
yeah. And you're sitting
That
there
part
like,
is
that's
so
my
awesome.
favorite part.
When I saw that, I think I had to rewind the scene. I was laughing so hard to watch what happened next. I just thought that was so great. I mean, like I said, I watched this crap when they came out. So, like when you're 10, 11 years old and you're watching it, it's like it's so much fun. I don't get that anymore from movies. I don't have the same reaction. I watch movies like, so bad. I hate this. This is so. I don't like that. I don't get the same reaction. I don't know if the movies are that horrible or I'm just older and don't. I don't know what it is. What is it? Is it just because I don't look at things the same, or is it because movie? I still think this is fun. I like watching this. I still think it's hilarious when I watch it, but I don't get the same reaction and stuff anymore. Maybe I think it's the movies. I think they're just horrible.
Mm-hmm.
People don't know how to make movies anymore. That's what I think. The deer laughs and the things laugh at him, and then he shoots through the thing. He starts beating the crap out of him, and you know, I like how he actually has the balls to like sort of kill her. But through dismemberment, how come he was able to chop her head off? But how does her head come back? Shouldn't she be dead technically? If that's they chop him up in the first one, how come her head still was able to talk? Shouldn't her head be?
I don't know, they twist the rules.
Yeah, but see, I don't care. Whatever, it made it more interesting.
Yeah. Well, I remember us watching something with the remake of it, well, not the remake, with the making of this, and they were saying about the actress had to wear those white contacts and like was having the trust that people were going to get her in the right direction moving.
And now they wouldn't even do that. They would just put some crappy effect and post over it and fill it in. That's why I don't care. People don't put the effort into it back then you appreciated more because, like with Ted Raimi, he hated doing that and it was suffering being in the makeup and all that kind of stuff. Now they don't have that because I appreciate it. Like, wow, that's awesome. They put themselves through that to make an awesome movie. No, they don't do that. He wouldn't even be that Henrietta. That would not even be anything. That would be a blobby, crappy CGI looking thing. Probably it wouldn't even be a person in a costume. Like, screw it. We'll just pretend something's there, and we'll add it in later and make it look like garbage. And it totally takes you out of the movie. Like, that's stupid. I appreciate actors and actresses who go through the crap of wearing makeup and the torture of doing that stuff. Like it was torturous in the first one too, and I appreciate them doing that. because it makes you appreciate the movie more. Like, wow, they went through all that to make this movie. That's awesome. Now they don't do that. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they do, but I don't think they do. It's like, eh. And then maybe some movies they do, but a lot of stuff it just seems that it, you know, the effects and the eye contacts and all that they would just add it in later or something. But I don't know that for a fact. I just know that they went through a lot of crap when they made movies back then. But now it seems to me like they don't. But I could be wrong. It just seems like, I'm sure wearing makeup is kind of tough, but it just, I don't know. It just seems, too fake.
So I know too, I have on here about Ash being more in the foreground instead of the background, like in the first
Well,
one.
he's the main. He's
He
number
is.
one.
There's no questioning who the main character is in this.
Yeah, all the other ones are just there for, you know, for people to get possessed
Yep, and
and to have
killed.
other characters.
And then I have something on here about the sound effects. You told me to write that down, and I don't
Sound
remember.
effects? Uh, shit, I don't know. I don't
I
remember.
don't remember. I just wrote sound effects, and I don't know. And I also put on here too with Ash and his one-liners that kind of carry over into the
Yeah, he didn't have
Army.
that in the first one.
Yeah, but in this one, like the groovy, and then it kind of carries over into the next movie.
I'm
And
trying to, what the hell? Now you're got me wondering, like, what the hell? I don't know what that
yeah,
meant. I don't know what I was talking about or what I meant.
hey, he told me to write it down. I wrote it down. And then you also said too about the chainsaw being in the wrong hand a couple
Just
times
in that one part in the basement,
in the
he picks
basement.
stuff up with his right hand.
Yeah, because we were
You
trying.
saw that, remember?
Yeah, because you're like, and I'm like, yeah, that was
He
the
picked it
wrong
up with his right hand
right
on
hand,
one
and
scene. There was only one scene where he picks up the pages of the
Book of the Dead.
yeah, and then he picks it up, and then they're like, they're in his right. And look for that part at the end. See if you see where I'm talking about, where he picks up the pages on the basement with his right hand. There, it's just one quick 3-second scene. So yeah, that was pretty funny there. Like I never noticed that till like later on too.
Mm-hmm.
See, you watch things hundreds of times to pick up on stuff, but I don't notice this stuff at first, unless it's like a really really bad effect or something, or like I said, whenever there's boom mics in the shot, those are kind of hard to miss or something. But what else is on my notes?
That's all I have written down.
All right, okay, we'll wing it here for a few more minutes. All right, about 5 more minutes or so, we'll wing it here. What you talk about it?
I did talk
Oh,
about it.
when did you first see this? And what did you think of it?
I don't remember when I first saw it. I mean, it wasn't until after
I
we.
guess this didn't leave an impact on you if you don't remember when you saw
No, I
this.
don't remember because I mean, it might have been one of these times because I don't think I watched
Oh,
it
it
till
probably took
after
you
I.
6, 7 times to watch this too.
No, I don't think I. I think I got through this on the first time because
Oh,
of
I thought maybe the fifth time instead of
the
10 times.
comedy piece with it, and I
Oh
finally.
yeah.
I
Oh,
think.
anyway, it's that funny. Okay, let's watch Evil Dead 2. That's funny. You and your comedy stuff. Yeah, I mean, comedy's okay. I'm a horror fan. I'm picky on my comedy stuff, but I don't know stuff. I don't like. This is more funny than comedy. Comedies ain't funny unless it's certain ones. But that's all you
Excuse
ever
me, guys.
want
I
to
got to
watch.
adjust.
I just want to make sure you're still in the shot.
Yeah, sorry, I had to adjust.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, I was just a big. I'm still am. I still watch horror stuff. I stick to the old stuff. I don't. Yeah, special effect. Greg Nicotero. I've seen stuff about him. He does really good effects. We can talk about. Oh, I forgot. We can. I just saw this here. We can talk about. Here's something you can talk about for a few minutes here. Evil Dead: Hell to the King video game preview. Talk about the game. We
Yeah, I
didn't
had the
mention that.
games at the end of my notes here.
Oh, sorry, I just mentioned that
No,
because
it's
it
okay.
says it here.
I'm a game player.
Those are cool, and I got it for you, and you
Yeah,
didn't like it.
he
I
got
even got you the
me.
instruction booklet before you could go online and look about.
Yeah, this was way back before you
Right.
could pull all this
Yeah,
stuff
I gotta get a
online.
drink so you talk about shit.
Okay, so for my birthday, back in the day on PlayStation 1,
Yeah,
so this
25 years ago.
pretty much they had the Evil Dead Hail to the King video game. I remember it being on 2 discs. And I was like, oh, this looks, you couldn't go online and look at it though to
Was
play
that the
it
one that
or
was on 2 discs?
yeah,
And that's the one you shut off
the
because
one
you're
time we were playing it.
because you're a dip.
So I mean, it was pretty cool to play it. I mean, now compared to the way games are now,
It looks horrible.
it would look, yeah, it would
You
look.
did not like that game.
Yes, I did.
I thought you hated that.
Nope.
All right.
I played it. I beat it a few times. I just remember the one time I was playing it, and you were supposed to just open it to switch the disc, and dumbass me turned it off. Or was that like the first time I beat the first disc? I
I
don't
don't remember.
remember. I just remember this one time, and I was so excited because I was having so much trouble beating the monster, and it was kind of like the Henrietta monster in
I don't remember.
the way she, with her long neck and making the monkey noises or whatever. And I
I'll say the
was,
Crypt Keeper in a way.
yeah, and I can't remember if it was the first time or another time I played it to beat it. And instead of just opening it to switch the disc, I turned the power off. So I had to go back in and rebeat this character. And
Yeah.
I just kind of stood there like, what,
There was two
what
or
did I
three of
do?
those
What?
games.
Yeah, there was
I
that
don't know.
one. The other ones were all on the PlayStation 2. I can't remember what they were called because I know two of them. I think they were. I should have looked it up. I forgot.
Whatever. You can
Yeah,
put it at the bottom of the screen for everybody not to see. But anyhow, they're good.
yeah.
The games.
But the games were
I
pretty
don't play that
cool.
crap. I like to watch it, but I don't play.
I remember the first one that was on the PlayStation 2, and I wish I could remember the name of it. I think I only beat that one once because I kept
It
screwing
was. I
up.
like the first one game you did
Yeah,
because it takes place in the cabin. It
I
looks
think that's
cool.
what it was. It was more focused the way the movies were, where the ones after that was kind of like almost like the aftermath, I guess would be the best way. It was like if,
They're all right. I don't know. I like the first game because it was in the woods. It made it creepier. They looked cool with the woods.
yeah, but I would say I would love for them to reissue that game. Like,
And it fixes a lot of things.
yeah, because there was some glitchy stuff with it.
Well, I know it's not realistically, but have the chainsaw that you don't have to fill it up. Just have it the unlimited amount of gas, or Ash knows how to run the chainsaw with that kind of stuff. I think is dumb. I mean,
But
there's some
that's
things that you
being realistic with the game.
the game isn't realistic anyhow. Just what did you like that having to find gas, or
Oh, it
would you like
sucked.
running out of gas in the battle
No, it
scene?
didn't suck. It
It
sucked.
didn't, or did you're
It
getting
did suck.
okay?
But that was part of it because chainsaws run out of
But
gas.
then you got mad about it.
Well, I think part of my problem was when I would do that is I would use the chainsaw to defeat somebody, then I would forget to turn it off.
Yeah.
So it would keep running, and then it's like, oh shit, I'm running out of gas. I got to turn
And
the
then you
chain.
should have an unlimited amount of bullets because Ash has unlimited bullets. You can
Yeah,
shoot 3 shots out of a double game.
yeah, because I think I asked you that several times. Like, how many bullets is that supposed to
Yeah, how many bullets
hold?
does a
A
double
two?
barrel?
Yeah, I'm like
Seriously, a double
double
barrel
two. I
shot.
know
Yeah,
that,
you're
but
like
that's
how
what.
many? Yeah, that's what.
But I'm just like, am I right? I didn't know if I was right in my thinking with that or
Yeah, it's
not.
not a pump. It's just you get 2 shots and you have to change it. But yeah, that's yeah. See, that don't bother me too because it's funny. It's like who cares? You know, it's just like that stuff doesn't bother me. So yeah, you talk about the game there.
Hmm.
I talked about the effects people who did this. What else is on the notes there? Or,
That's it.
oh, really?
Yep.
All right, we'll wind this up here with this one. Yeah, the ending's awesome, even though it does. You see, the ending of this kind of breaks the continuity too. Whenever they, you talk about it. Well, how does it end? What's the third act? What happens?
Well, basically, Annie gets the pages, says, okay, I have to read this first. I can't remember, incantation or something, passage or whatever. And it causes the evil to form in its true form or something or
Appear in
other.
the flesh.
Appear, well, same difference.
Well, that's what she says.
And then the second passage she has to read will open in a time and send them back.
Send the evil back.
But the problem is, how do you stop it? So, I mean, does everything get sent back to where it like, we know Bruce gets sucked into the rift.
And the tree in his car goes back to
Yeah, but nothing else is there. Like,
well, I don't know because the ending shows that I think flying through the air. I don't know if that got sucked back or too.
right, but we didn't see that in there. So it's like, okay, were they sent back to where it all began, or
again, who knows? It's just a fun thing,
right? I mean, because Annie ends up getting stabbed with that.
Apparently, Ash was supposed to. He was supposed to prophesy to destroy the evil.
Right.
They show that picture.
They show a picture of Ash in the book and a couple of the pages because then he shakes and he's like, "Do you ever feel like somebody just walked over your grave?"
Yeah, and that's supposed to be him back in time,
right?
So yeah, it goes back in time. That's cool. But the way this ends and the next one starts isn't the same.
No.
I'll let you explain the beginning of that one whenever. So I guess we're done with this one. We're going on to the Army of Darkness.
Well, at the end, he kind of takes out his gun and
Yeah, he shoots
it, and everyone's
Dead-eyed.
like, "Hail
Hail, he who has come from
for
the
the
sky.
sky."
Whatever. You know who says that? Who
Who?
said, "Hail, he who has come from the sky, deliver us from the terror of the night." Like,
There's a random dude. I don't know.
Sam Raimi.
Oh, is that Sam? I didn't know. I don't know what Sam Raimi looks like.
Really? You never seen
No.
it? You never saw Sam Raimi before? Serious? Leave a frowny face in the comments because she never saw Sam Raimi.
Well, that and the fact too, we say about how he has all this gray in his hair at the end that doesn't carry over.
Yeah. But see, that doesn't bother me. It works because it's funny. So, is that a good way to?
Yeah, because it goes. Then we go into.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Sam Raimi. You have to look it up. I'm pretty sure, but like I said, I think that's Sam Raimi because he has a lot of brother or whatever. I know Ted was in there, but I'm pretty sure that's Sam Raimi at the end there.
And then we go on to.
Yep, the standalone. It's the Medieval Dead.
As you say, it was supposed to be called.
I don't know. Do you like what title do you like better, Army of Darkness or Medieval? I think Medieval Dead is a little more.
I think it would be funny.
Army of Darkness is kind of just like it's fine, but Medieval Dead is just so cool.
The perfect high def edition.
It does look really good.
And this is we did actually watch this the other night.
Well, I've seen it a bunch of times.
Yeah,
it looks really good.
I actually remember seeing commercials for this.
Well, that was in '92 or '3 or something.
Right, because I was like,
I went to the theater to see that. Too bad you didn't go. Yeah. We might have seen each other there.
And it says from the director of Spider-Man and Drag Me to Hell. Drag Me to Hell, that's the other one.
Well, I never saw that.
Yeah, either, I think we have it recorded to watch.
Don't want to bump this over.
So, I mean, I actually do remember seeing a movie preview for this, like commercials, because I was looking, I'm like, oh my god, this looks hilarious.
You have no clue what it is. I'm like, I gotta go see that.
No clue.
It was a third part to something. That's how you are.
Yep.
See, that's how weird you are. I don't know. I knew what this. I was like, oh, that's cool. I didn't know they were making one. I just saw it on TV, and I was like, oh, I gotta go see that. So I went to the theater to go see it.
So you actually got to see one in the theater.
Yep.
And I mean, this one's a little bit more of the comedy with.
This is full on comedy. There's like really hardly any horror aspects to this. Even the gore stuff is more comically done, if that's a word, than that. But yeah, it works for me. See, this works for me. Some people don't like this one. Some people, this is their favorite. I like all of them. They're all different. They all have their own thing. All three of them are definitely different. They're not like, it's not the same thing over and over. You can tell one from the other. They're all different. Every one of the three has their own style to it. Like one is more the hardcore horror gore thing, hardly like no comedy in that at all. Second one goes the gore comical action. Even the second one maybe it could be like actiony almost in a way because of stuff that goes on. And then this one is probably like the most comically one. It's like this isn't scary, but you probably would have saw this in the theater and been hiding behind the seats saying, I'm scared. I'm scared of the dead. I'm scared of the marching skeleton.
Well, the thing is, like with this one too, at the beginning, there's no continuity from the.
That's why I was like watching, like, okay, I know how this movie's going to be, and it was fine with me because like it totally did not end the same way because they praise him for being that way, and in this one he's a slave. It's like, how did he go from destroying it to being a hail of God? And
right, that's just
and then
it.
He goes to being a slave. That's one, but it's funny because it's
That's what happened with Ash. He wouldn't be praised for being a hero. He would be.
Yeah, that'd be like my life. I would go there and do something, and they would treat me like a slave or be that way. That's the way it would be.
Yeah, so this one, they're back in 1300 A.D.
Yeah, 1300 A.D.
I have on here. We can talk about this.
Chick looks good for 1300s. Her makeup and hair looks really nice for like what
Sheila.
2000 almost what? How many years ago that was? Depending on what year this is, and you upload this, it might be 2030 by the time. But all right, go ahead. You can talk.
We'll talk about this more later. But there's two different endings.
Yeah, I have
to this, which I wasn't aware.
Yeah, I didn't know either until I saw. This is the one I saw.
And then
the shopping
Ash
thing is.
Yeah, Ash keeps up with his one-liners. When he's talking to.
Oh, that's all Ash has. Is
yeah.
This whole movie should be called Army of Darkness, the one-liners of Ashley Williams. That could be the subtitle to this, but whatever.
And then there's the slapstick more in this too as
That doesn't.
well.
It's done right. See, you can tell that. See, this was done right because you can tell that. When you hear this, you can tell that it's done right because Sam Raimi, like I said before, is a fan of the Three Stooges. He's a legit fan of them, and he added this and this, and you can tell that he is because he did it right. It will be like, oh, I don't know what the Three Stooges are, but I'm going to put like slapsticky humor in it. You would know, just like okay, not to get off topic, but we always get off topic, so fuck it. You people know what we're all about. Like like Freddy vs. Jason. Obviously, that person who directed that never saw the other ones. Why is Jason afraid of water? He wasn't a fan of those movies, and I think he admitted that he only saw the first Friday and the first Nightmare, so he wasn't a fan of it. So he had no clue. You could tell that Sam Raimi is a legit fan of the Three Stooges just from watching these movies. Like, oh yeah, I have no doubt that he probably is even a bigger fan than I am. So I mean that works. If you're a fan of something and you put it in there, you can tell. But if you don't know what you're doing, then don't do it. Like don't put something in a movie like, okay, I'm gonna make a movie and I'm influenced by Saw and Hostel. That would be stupid because I'm not. My influences will be Halloween and Friday the 13th and maybe these. If you're not a fan of it, then don't do it or say that you are. And if you never saw any of the movies and you don't know them, then don't do it. It's like that just is annoying too. That's what I don't like about movies too. If you don't know what you're doing, then don't do it. Obviously, Sam Raimi knows what he's doing. So yeah, getting back to the slapstick stuff, I liked it. I thought the movie was hilarious when I saw it. I saw these movies, all of them. I liked all of them when I saw them. There was one like, I didn't like that one as much. I thought this was hilarious. They couldn't have gone any other way with this. I'm glad they made this into like, okay, it's full on comedy now. What else would they have done with it? They couldn't have made it like anything else. If they'd have taken it serious, this would not work if they were taking it seriously. Come on. Could you take this movie seriously if they weren't having fun with it? It would take
Yeah.
you out of the movie. It's like they're trying way too hard to make a serious movie, and it's not supposed. Are you all right?
Yeah.
You're making like weird faces.
Yeah, I was just making faces at the camera.
We're still going on your end?
Yeah, we're cool.
All right. I guess that's still working. The clock's still going. All right. You can talk about some shit now. Did you show this?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. I didn't know if you had it. I don't remember.
You were off on your tangent, so I let you go.
All right. Go ahead. You can talk for a little bit. We're doing good. We got
So,
plenty of time.
I mean, with this, he's back. He has to get the book in order to be able to be sent back to his.
What does he have to say?
I don't even remember.
Suck. And what's the name of the book of the dead? What's the book of the dead called?
Ex Mortis. Oh, and then at the beginning of this, though, they kind of do a rehash from the second one. Some of it was refilmed because Bridget Fonda's playing Linda.
Yeah, well, that's just kind of hilarious when you think about it. I didn't know who it was back then. I guess this was her first thing. I don't know.
I can't even think of anything she was
in. They show
in.
that there, and then that's when he goes back there, and then he just totally. I guess maybe they forgot that he blew the head off that demon at the end, and they made him a king and all that. Then he's kind of like me, he's one of King Henry's men.
Hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Yeah, I like Henry the Red. He's pretty cool. So they take him to the pit. That part's funny too. Let's talk about the movie. We keep going off on our stuff. We should finally start talking about it. And then Sheila shows up and throws a rock at him. She's a bitch, man, I tell you.
Well, she's upset because her brother died.
Yeah, but
she blames Ash because he just happened to be at the front of the line.
Yeah. And then where did Ash get his gun? I mean, he didn't.
Yeah, well, I had that written on here. Because they took his gun, he took his chainsaw, and when he's down in the pit.
Well, that guy throws him his chainsaw.
Yeah, later, but then, where does he get his gun?
You know where he gets the chainsaw. Where does he get the gun?
Right. Because the one wise man or whatever is like, strange one.
She throws a rock at him, and he falls in there. That's when he gets pissed, and they're like, for that arrogance, so she'll see you die or something like that. And that's when he shoots the thing and his boomstick. And he's like,
your laces are untied. Your shoes untied or whatever.
Did they have shoelaces back in the 1500s?
That's what we were trying to talk about, because then the guy kind of looks down. I don't even remember that he's the leader of that kingdom or whatever.
Yeah,
but
him. Would he what the hell is a shoelace? Would he know what a shoelace is?
I don't know, because he looks down eventually, kind of looks at him like, what are you talking about?
Maybe they had shoelaces back then. I don't know. But yeah.
And then he gets his awesome mechanical hand.
Could they do that back then too? How does that work?
I don't
That's
know.
why you just have to go with it.
This
If you look
hand's
at
pretty
it too much-
badass because it's crushing things.
See, if you try to look at it like I didn't look at it that way when I watched it. I looked at it and had fun with it. If you sit and analyze stuff, that's fine. We're doing it
Okay,
now
well, the
because it's
part when
fun.
he goes to the
It's fun.
windmill, is that kind of a tribute to Frankenstein with all that?
You could probably look at it that way.
Because I was just thinking about that the other night when we
the
watched
windmill
it.
thing, kind of. I mean, I'm sure Sam Raimi is a fan of those, But yeah, like a lot of. If you just saw this without seeing the other one, some of the things you might not know, like what's hand, the chainsaw, who the hell is Ash? Why does he punch the mirror? Because the mirror in the first one, with it being.
Well, I like the tribute to Gulliver's Travels too, where the mini hymns have him tied down after he collapses on the floor.
But see, I mean, like I said, okay, if you never saw the other ones, do you think you could go in watching this and you can still watch this and have fun with it, but you might not know a lot of stuff.
Right.
So do you think people should watch this without seeing the other two, or no? Is this a standalone? Like, yeah, watch this.
I don't know if this is like the Friday the 13th Part 4. Like, if you're going to watch one, watch that one because you get a little bit of a
So you the mirror thing you might not understand.
Right, because I mean, in the beginning, it does say about how the evil got into his hand and his hand went, and I mean, they show him, and
I guess.
So I mean, you might be able to pick up some things, but I mean, probably
would you have been able to figure it out? Probably. Not.
Well, probably for me though, would have been like, oh, is this based on with other movies or whatnot?
That's
That's
I think
where
that's hilarious.
Where I would have came from.
You okay?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Flipping my page.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, I don't know.
And I have a note on here too that Ash is more of a badass than this. Like when they're in the.
He's also a dick, which I like too.
Yeah.
He's like treating everybody like crap, which I like.
Well, it's like that part afterwards, after like he's in the room where they're fanning him.
Raising a barn. Probably was raising a
Well, no, I mean I'm thinking about the part too, like where he's in there and they're feeding him and fanning him.
That's what I would want to be.
And then Sheila comes in and asks for forgiveness, and he's like, "Screw you, bitch." And then like the chick, the one person that gets possessed, and he like doesn't hesitate to fight him. That's where I think the
chick gets possessed and he doesn't hesitate to fight him.
Her.
Okay, you said him.
Yeah, him, her, it.
The Deadites.
Yeah.
From the Necro Comic Con. That should be a shirt. We're gonna make up shirts with your picture on it that says "I like Evil Dead" and the Necro Comic Con.
He's such an ass.
That'd be great.
He's such an ass.
But
well, then too, it's funny too because like whenever he is going off to get the book, and they're like, "You have to say these 3 words exactly."
And the words are
Nick too. I remember the last one that he does.
You don't know what the words.
I don't remember.
See what I mean?
What are the words?
Klaatu, Verada, Nikto.
Which you said is from.
What did I say? They got Klaatu from.
The Day the Earth Stood Still, the original.
Yeah, I never. Is it in the remake?
I only saw the remake once.
I'm pretty sure that's from that there. I'm 99 point. I haven't seen that movie in so long. Day the Earth Stood Still, but I think the guy's name is Klaatu. They call him that, I think. But I'm pretty sure that's from that. You should look that up too. It's from, or you can put that on the thing or edit this part out if I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure it's the they say that from the they got that from that there, the original one. But I haven't seen that probably before this. So, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it's from that. Mm-hmm. If it's not, then fucked up, whatever. But anywho, getting back onto that, yeah, he doesn't say the words right, and
he doesn't know there's 3 different books.
Think if he'd have said the words right, then
there'd be no movie.
So that's great. If Ash didn't screw up, then we wouldn't have an awesome movie.
And then you have Good Ash and Bad Ash.
Goody little two shoes. From because how does he turn into Bad Ash? What happens? How does Bad Ash become Bad Ash?
When the book. Well, because he separates from him.
Because he swallows the one thing and tries to drink it, and it forms from him. And he's like tearing apart. He goes, howls at the moon. Yeah, that's kind of where I was going at. And then he like splits from him.
So did Bruce Campbell do both? Because it looks like, like watching it, you could kind of see there was
I saw some. Maybe not all of the scenes, but I think a lot of the scenes.
That part is what I'm thinking of.
Bruce Campbell also played evil Ash too, which is awesome.
I'm shedding.
But yeah, he played that there.
And then they kidnapped Sheila later on after he gets back.
yeah, but I don't know why he cares. I mean, he probably got some of that earlier. He's like, yeah, all right,
Well,
I
he
got,
basically tells her that was pillow talk, baby.
yeah, I got some of that. I'm cool. I already got that. I'm cool. I conquered. So who knows? Maybe Ash has a son from the 1300s or something, or that'll be kind of another movie that will be funny.
Yeah.
But anywho, yeah, I mean she's all right. She's kind of hot. She'd be kind of annoying, but I like whenever she's like, they turn
Well,
her into evil,
when
make
we
her
were
evil. That's
talking
pretty
like the
cool.
other night when Ash was like, "No, you promised to send me back if I got the book," and I said, "Well, if he goes back, is there going to be a future to go back to with the Deadites and everything being there?" And
I don't know. What
even
happens with all the people that got killed? Who knows? Maybe some of the people that got killed were like ancestors of like famous people. I don't know. I think about stupid crap like that sometimes. It's just funny to do that. But yeah, I mean the battle scenes are funny. This is another one that kind of cuts right to the chase too.
hmm
They don't mess around. They start
well, it's like the
going from
battle
there.
scene because I was asking you because I thought some were puppets and you said there was puppets, stop go animation,
I don't know puppet. What I don't know if they were puppets. They were
and
costumes
costumes.
and I don't know if they were actually like hand puppets. I don't know.
I thought we watched something where they were showing like some of the scenes when it was like the upper torso, there was people
It might have
below.
been like I guess a puppet's a vague thing. When I think of puppet, I think of like
Because I mean, you look at all
I don't
these
know.
skeletons that are in this fighting scene, and it's like,
Yeah, that's from those old Ray Harryhausen type special effects stuff like that
and I
kind of
mean,
thing.
you could tell which one's kind of like the stop go animation.
Yeah, but that don't bother me too. I like that kind of stuff. That's they don't. I think it's one of the last movies where they actually did that. They don't really do that anymore, which I hate. I wish they would do. I mean, I hate that they don't do that. I wish they would go back to doing that kind of stuff. I like that kind of stuff where they, you know, make where they do that because that's fun to do that. Because I did that on a couple things for my stuff just for fun. I like doing that. That's fun. But yeah, this is kind of like the one of the last movies before everything became heavily CG'd. I don't think they used any CG in this or whatever that I know of. If they did, you can't tell.
Right.
But yeah,
And of course, Evil Ash and I guess Good Ash, they both have
Evil
their.
Ash and Asshole Ash.
No, but
Because good, I don't. Is Ash really good? I don't think he is.
I mean,
He's not like the way you would be. Let's help all these people. Let's do the right thing and help everybody. That's what your character or you in real life, not character. That's you in real life. Let's help everybody.
I'm a good girl.
Yeah, I'm not. Fuck them.
But I mean, it's kind of like between the two of them, like there's one lines with between each of them as well, one liners. Because I mean, I always like the part. I know we're backtracking a little bit when
That's
they're
fine.
when they're digging up the skeletons and they're like, "Hi, welcome back to the world of living. Here's a shovel. Start digging."
Yeah, that what do you mean what do you mean backtracking? That's fine.
Oh, well, I meant we're in the movie, but I'm
Oh,
backtracking
that's
because I'm
fine.
talking about the battle
Yeah,
scene.
that's fine.
And I also like how the characters have live horses. They're not dead horses.
I guess where do you get all the horses from? Maybe they are. Maybe they're zombie horses. They just
I
maybe
don't
they
know.
got
They
over the
look
flashbacks.
pretty whole and alive to me.
Maybe there was a deleted scene where they stole them from some other people and like took them or whatever.
And I wonder too, like, okay, Sheila, I think she technically gets killed when she's evil, dead, whatever you want to call it.
She's Evil Dead.
Yeah,
She's
she's
Evil
evil
Dead.
dead. But I mean, like at the end, when the curse or whatever's broken, like she's alive and herself again.
But like again, but what about like I said, Ash gets possessed.
But no,
Maybe
I
she
think
was
he
able to
kills her like twice.
kills her twice.
Because he gets her in the pit. He throws her in the pit the one time, and
Wait a
then
minute. Wait a
she,
minute. Wait a minute. The only part that I remember was whenever he spears her off the top of the
yeah, and then
castle.
she's, but no, there's the part where he's driving his car in that they made into that fancy
Yeah,
ass machine thing, and he sees her. Well, they fight there, and he like kicks her off of her, and she ends up falling into that pit where at the that was at the beginning.
Sheila falls into the pit that's at the
Yeah,
beginning. Well, holy fucking shit! I don't remember that. You're at the. Well, you got me stumped, man. I'll admit it. You stumped me on this. I do not remember the part when
you know
Sheila,
what pit I'm talking? The pit he
the
was
pit
at.
that Ash got his
Yeah,
chainsaw in.
yeah, the pit's open. He like kicks her or knocks her into that pit, and she falls in.
Hey, is it a real quick scene? Oh,
Relatively,
is that when she cartwheels into the thing there? She
I
actually falls in the pit. I
yeah.
lost on a notice. Maybe she just falls in there. Well, He falls in there too. Maybe she fell in the water. I don't know.
But no, I mean, I just
I
think
think I
even at
know
the
now.
part like
I
when
thought
he
you meant they actually
spears
show
her.
her down there getting killed.
No, no, no. I just
Oh,
because initially I remember the first time watching this, I'm like, oh shit, she's dead, and then she showed up later, and then he spears her off,
that's the part I remember.
and then I'm like, oh, she's really dead now. But then like once the spell's broken, like she's alive and well, and I'm thinking, well, wouldn't she technically
Okay,
be?
maybe it was a real quick scene where she cartwheeled into the thing. Maybe I just didn't really pay too much attention. Well, he falls in the pit too, but he doesn't get killed. So I didn't know if she technically was supposed to have died by falling into the water
Well, I
thing
don't
because he
know. I
falls in
mean,
there.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking. I just
All right,
don't
that's
get it.
fine.
Like how once the spell's broke, like she's alive and back to normal. I guess.
Yeah, that's weird too because he's like that too. I thought once they're possessed, you have to kill them. But see, that's why I said the rules are different in this one. Like I say,
Right. Well, too,
Ash
there's
doesn't even become possessed in this one. So how does he break the spell from the second one on?
right. I don't know. Well, I think too. I had noted like how is the one scene when he's going in the woods. How is it out during the day?
Well, yeah, because I even said the beginning of the first one. Maybe that's something that I just didn't really pay attention to. I
Yeah.
thought it couldn't be because I thought the
Well,
sun was
then too,
giving it
because his
away, or maybe
horse.
because Ash was possessed. Maybe
Because
that
that's when
drove it away.
it's
I don't
chasing
know.
him and he goes to the windmill
Yeah,
because his horse leaves him. How the hell does he get his horse back after that?
maybe he found it. It was just grazing in the
I
grass.
don't know because he leaves the windmill after he buries the evil Ash, and that's when they go off to the graveyard, cemetery, whatever, to find the book. And I always wonder, I'm like, well, where the hell did his horse come back from? Because the horse like took off because it was spooked.
I guess it came back. Maybe it calmed down. It's like, oh, I got to go back and get him because he's kind of cool.
And then, like I said, the other thing that we kind of kind of talked at the beginning of this, the Army of Darkness, is how it has two different endings.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They're both cool. This, like I said, this the one when they're in the store is the one that's at the theater because I saw it at the theater. That's the one that they showed there. And then the other ending is
Where he has to go in the cave, do so many drops of liquid for every 100 years. He ends up doing one too many, and when he wakes up, it's the world's like destroyed.
mhm,
And he's like, I slept too
yeah,
long or
it's funny,
something
but
like that. But now because I remember seeing the one at S Mart where he's kind of back to way his
that's the
life.
one that's at the theater because that's what I
Right.
saw at the theater.
And because I remember seeing that one, and I don't, you showed me the other one. I don't remember, was it on there
It's on here. It's
or
on.
was it on something else we were watching and they showed that one?
I don't know. It's on the DVD. That's the version I have, and then it's on the DVD I have doesn't have that one on there. It's specifically that one, but this one has the theater, but additional features is the alternate ending.
Yeah. So I mean, it's
That's
like
why I have two copies of this because I have both versions
it's
of it.
almost like which ending is there one of the endings better than the other?
Well, I think they're both cool. They
I
both
mean,
work.
I think the one where he gets back to his normal life, and is that Ted Raimi he's talking to at the
I
end,
think that's him. Yeah,
and
you say
he's
the
like,
words
"Well,
right
did
this
you say the
time.
words correctly?" Like, well,
Mm.
it's kind of picking up from where it was at the whenever he grabbed the book and everything, and he didn't
Mm-hmm.
say it correctly, and then but the other one, I think it's just that would be the way it happens for Ash. He would take too much of the liquid and
Yeah,
sleep through time.
I agree, but I like both. There isn't one that I like. Oh, that one's stupid. No, even the other version of this, it has some extra scenes in it. It's fine. I like both versions. That's why I wanted to get both of them because there isn't one that I like better than the other. But yeah, great movie, great trilogy. There isn't. I like them all. I probably like Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness a little better than the first one, but I do like all of them. But like I said, I mean, they're that's just my opinion. I do like the first one a lot. It's great. It's not like, oh, that one's stupid and the other
Hmm.
ones are. Or Army of Darkness is the other one. I like all of them, but I do like two and Army of Darkness. I still wish. I mean, Army of Darkness is. I don't know. It's just kind of a. It's an okay name. It's just kind of like that. But Medieval Dead is a little more
Well,
creative.
I'm thinking though maybe they changed it because maybe some people wouldn't have got.
They said why they changed it, but I don't remember like the studio. I don't know if it was a studio thing, but I think it would have been. I personally think it would have been still. But what do you like? Leave a comment. Which one you like better? Would you like it better to be called Medieval Dead or Army of Darkness? Or they could have called Army of Darkness Medieval Dead, or had a tagline that
Or the
after it.
Medieval Dead Army of Darkness.
Yeah, but I mean, they're both fine. But if I had to choose one, I would have liked to call it the Medieval Dead, because that's just like the medieval times.
Right.
Evil Dead. I think that's a little more
When you think
creative.
about it, though, like, okay, Army of Darkness.
That could mean almost anything.
Yeah, but Medieval Dead, I think, would probably fit a little bit more because you're fighting,
You're back in the
skeletons.
day, back in that time, the medieval
Right.
times, and you're fighting evil, the medieval evil or something. I think that's a better. I think that's just me. I think it's a better title. But yeah, these are great. Best, like one of the best trilogies. Probably this, and like you said, the Night, Dawn, and Day trilogy from those ones. Those are probably my favorite horror
Excuse me.
trilogy. What?
I said, excuse me.
Oh, I didn't know what you were doing. But yeah, okay. Well, what would your favorite horror trilogy be?
Hmm. Horror trilogy. So
That's
only
three.
three. Yeah. So
I mean, the other ones are saying have more, but back in the day, when they were supposed to only be that. So that's me. That's my this, and then the Night, Dawn, and Day. I know there's more, but that's my thing. So, well, what do you like better, this trilogy or the Night, Dawn, and Day trilogy?
well, see, it's like I like Night of the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead, and I haven't seen Day
Yeah.
of the Dead that many
All right.
times,
We're
so
just
I
kind of going
can't.
into this because this might be a spoiler. We might go ahead and do this at some point. So we were talking about doing that. So yeah,
Mhm.
but I don't know. That's difficult for me. I like basically because I love Dawn of the Dead, but we'll get into that later on. But yeah, um, all right, I think I'm cool with this. Love the movie. It's great. It works for me. I, it looks cool on the Blu-ray. If you ever see it on Blu-ray,
Mhm.
I've seen this on videotape, DVD, and Blu-ray. And I know I say I like videotapes, but I mean, I like this is cool because it kind of gets right to, and it looks good. I mean, if it looks really good, I mean, if I don't like it whenever they just take a videotape and dub it onto a Blu-ray or something. Like, what's the point? But whenever they add, a bunch of crap on here, like whenever they make it look good and actually take the time to clean it up and not just like take a videotape and record it onto a Blu-ray or whatever, I hate that. Yeah, the 1080p here, but yeah, I like it whenever they do. They actually take the time to make things look really good because then it's worth watching it again. But yeah, I guess I don't really have anything else to say about it. It's great. I like the comedy. I like the effects. You know, I like Ash's disappearing and reappearing gun. I like how he shoots three shots out of a double barrel, and
Well, what about that scene when at the end when he's in S Mart and he's on like that cart and he keeps firing
but
from the
I don't know
double?
what kind of gun that is.
Yeah.
He might have been able to load a few in there. That's not a double. I don't know what it is, but he's able to. I like that part there. He's like, shh. I think that part's cool. He's like going out real fast.
Hmm.
I think that's why I probably would like. If I had to pick an ending, I would probably pick that one because that's just ass kicking ass. The other one he screwed up and he does this, and there's not a whole lot of that. The alternate ending isn't very action
Upbeat.
packed. He goes there, he does this, and they see this one here. He's like, I mean, he's just being ass. He's like, yeah, I'm ass. I'm cool. I'm awesome. I'm gonna take care of all this stuff. Then hail to the king, baby. And then he impresses everybody, and then he gets the chick's like, yeah, you like that, baby? I'm awesome, aren't I? Then he kisses her. I like that part because that's just so funny, because that's how I would be. I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah,
because you're so awesome.
yeah, I am. That's what I would. That's why I like that ending. He shows up, he kicks ass, impresses the chicks, gets all the women, and I like the part when he shoots all that. That has more of an action-packed ending rather than the other ending. But the other one's cool. But if I had to pick one, I would pick the one at the store, just because you get to see him working at S Mart, and I want an S Mart shirt. They have the logo on the shirt. You see it,
Hmm.
Shop Smart, Shop S Mart, or the thing. I would love to have a shirt that says that on there. Like with that on there. That would be so cool. I like that. That's the best name for a store ever. I don't know why it has to be a fictional store. Why didn't anybody ever think of this in the history of all the like Kmart? What the hell does that mean? This S Mart. That is so awesome. Kmart. That's stupid. And they say stop S Mart, shop smart. That so works. What the hell is Kmart? Shop Kmart? That's stupid. It's like, why the hell did they say S Mart? That's so funny, right? Wouldn't that have
Well,
made it better?
that's
That's the
the
perfect.
point. It's supposed to be funny.
Yeah, but how come some ad guy didn't think of instead of calling it Kmart? What does that mean? I know we're
I
getting.
don't know.
That's why when I heard like, oh, that is so awesome.
I don't know.
All right, you cool with this?
Yeah. We were going to talk about the remake, but Showtime fucked up,
Well,
basically.
maybe somebody pulled a joke. Maybe somebody was like, fuck them. I don't want to play that. We'll just put the first one.
Right. So back when we had
And do you
Showtime.
remember it? You can talk about it if
I
you
remember
remember.
some of it.
All right, you're on your own with
Oh
this.
shit!
Well, don't
I almost
turn
knocked the light off over.
Light off over. How do you knock the light off? That's pretty good. All right, talk about what happened.
Anyway, we recorded it off of Showtime. It said it was the remake from 2000 whatever.
Exactly.
And it ended up being the original when we went to watch it.
And I was like, I don't care because I kind of really didn't feel like that.
I remember some of it. I didn't mind
Take us through it.
I don't remember everything.
Well, say what you remember. I don't remember.
Well, I just remember.
I remember the after credits.
Oh yeah, because Bruce Campbell does a little cameo at the end.
Yeah, that's the part I remember the most.
So I mean,
it's okay.
I thought I kind of liked the story.
That's all I had to say about it.
A little bit with it. It wasn't
really. You like the heroin addict thing?
Well, no, I like the end where like he figures out, what needs to be done to think to get away, which they don't succeed with. They ended up completing the ritual or whatever.
If you say so.
And so, I mean, I didn't mind it. I mean, I was actually kind of looking forward to watching it again because I only watched it once and I think we've rented it.
What would you give it out of 5 stars?
Probably like 3.
I'm saying like 2.5.
Yeah, like it's solid middle to me. So, unfortunately, we're not going to have an in-depth discussion about that because
you can blame the stupid
Showtime for screwing up and putting on the other one. And then Bob was going to talk a little bit about the series Ash versus Evil Dead.
I haven't watched it in a long time. I had the first season. From what I haven't watched it in a long time, but what I remember certain things. It's awesome. It's really good. What'd you say? Season 2, 1, 2, and 3 is on Netflix now. As of this, whenever.
As of March 29th at 5:51 p.m.
Okay. Yeah. Unless it's off by now, who knows? But yeah, I want to check out the other ones there now that I find that they're on. I like it.
Well, I think they only did the 3 seasons.
Yeah, that's good. Don't push it, but I liked it. From what I really enjoyed watching it. I would suggest, from what I saw of it, I really like it. If you like,
Does it does it kind of continue from the movies? Or
I think Ash I think he's living in like a trailer or something. I can't really remember.
Well, I know he's older. I do, like, from a little bit of previews.
I think it kind of takes place from whenever he came back from this, I think. I don't remember exactly. I'm sorry. Because I haven't watched it in a long time. I just remember certain things. He's Ash. He's the same thing. The effects are really good. There's a lot of gore and violence in it. Like, the effects are good. I guess they did it maybe practically. I'm sure there's a little bit of CG in here, but it's not noticeable. It's good. I mean, sorry I can't get into more about that, but I really like it. And I plan on whenever I feel like it, I'll plan on watching. So I should just watch the whole thing again, 1, 2, and 3 on there sometime whenever I'm bored or whatever. I want to get back in there and watch all those again. Really like that.
Well, that was made for Stars, I believe.
Yeah, I think that's really good. And also watch The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr. I watched that when it was on. It's really awesome.
Oh, excuse me, guys.
It's Ash back in like the Western time, and there's this
Ash.
He's Ash. No matter what Bruce Campbell does, it's come on. What does Bruce Campbell do that's not the Ash character? In real life, you see him at conventions, and he's the same smart ass. He's Ash. He always plays Ash no matter what he does. It's like, yeah, he's Ash. To me, that's what he is. Bruce Campbell.
Well, did you ever see Bubba Hotep?
Yeah.
Do you think he's Ash? And he's playing Elvis, but.
If Ash thought he was Elvis, yeah.
It's been a while since I watched that. I like that movie a lot.
I enjoy anything that Bruce Campbell does is awesome. Even if he does.
Did you see that I Am Bruce?
No, I want to watch. That's on something there, but they take that in and off of things. I want to watch that sometime too. And there's that other series that he was in. I know a little bit, but I'm not familiar with the whole thing.
Oh, Suits.
Okay, what's that? No, not
That
that.
was the one it used to be on USA.
There was,
I think it was Suits he
I don't
was
know. There's
on.
Jack of all trades.
Oh, I don't
That
know.
was the series he was in. And then there was Briscoe. I love the Adventures of
Yeah, well,
Briscoe
no,
County
he
Jr.
was on. I think it was Suits he was on USA. He played. So it was
Okay,
with these private detectives. I can't remember what his exact role was on that.
okay, cool.
I think it was Suits. Put down in the comments. I might be thinking
Look it up and
confusing
put
it
in
with
in the thing that you're not going to do.
Bite Me.
Yeah, but the ones
Um,
I'm familiar with is I think it's called Jack of all trades, and then there's the Adventures of Briscoe County Jr. And then of course Ash
versus
versus
the
the Evil
Evil
Dead.
Dead.
Those are the three that I know he was in. If he was
Yeah,
in other stuff, I'm sure he was. I don't know.
yeah, I think it was Suits or something. Something along those lines. Private. I
Why did you
don't know.
say Private Eyes?
No, it's like there's like private eyes in the series because I think I've watched it a couple times here and there.
Okay, you say so. I'm not
So
denying or confirming.
he wasn't like a main character, but it was
Oh, well, I'm
kind
talking
of.
about where he's kind of a main
Oh yeah,
character.
no, he's like not a main character in this, but it's kind of funny because I think he plays like a sleazy guy, and it's just kind of
So he's playing Ash.
it's comical.
So yeah, and then hopefully if I made any mistakes, what?
There was a fuzz flying in
Oh,
front of
sorry.
me.
Hopefully if I made any mistakes, you'll correct them at the bottom of the screen, like I said
Yeah,
that you
like
won't.
my.
I'm sure you won't. That's okay. Yeah, all right. I think I'm cool with everything. I mentioned everything, right? Your notes, right?
Hmm.
Your room.
Yep, there are my
All right,
notes.
we're about hour 26. I want to keep it about an hour and a half, like with the last one we
Yep.
did. That's a
So
good time. So probably, like I said, since we're talking about it, hopefully this will work out good, and you'll edit this and put this up at a decent time, and then we'll do this again with. Probably we're going to go ahead and just. Well, I'm most likely going to do Night, Dawn, and Day
I
because
thought
we're
we are
talking
doing
about it.
land. I thought we are putting land in on that one too.
I'd rather do Night, Dawn, and Day than Land, Diary, and Survival.
Well, diary and survival kind of go off on their own thing, where land's kind of.
I don't know. We'll see. It'll either be 3 and 3 or 4 and 2. I think 3 and 3 would be better instead of that, but I don't know because I don't know. We'll figure it out. Who cares? What?
I don't think so.
What?
I think we should do night, day,
Night,
night,
Day. Why would we do Night,
night,
Day?
dawn, day, land
All right, and then we'll mention the remake of.
remakes.
So yeah, that's fine. Well, it's your channel. You're the boss. Whatever you want to do, that's
No,
what we'll do.
Bluto's the boss. I'm not the boss.
Boss. He ain't even around.
Where is Bluto? They get blown away
Probably
with the wind we're having
he's your
today.
fuzzy friend, not mine. All right.
You two hang out all the time.
Yeah, he always gives me your burnt crap that you make. He's like, he always wants me to eat your burnt grilled cheese sandwiches and stuff.
Because I
All
burn
right,
everything.
all right, we're good. Wrap it up. I'm cool.
Okay, that's it for this. Hope you guys are enjoying these still. Look forward to more. If there's a series you maybe would like us to review, put
We
it
may
down.
do. Sorry, we may. I was thinking we may. There's a comedy series that I'm. Well, I'll tell you when we're done because I don't want to say it. We might do it because I like it, and
Yeah, because I know we were kind of shooting
a
ideas at each
comedy
other.
trilogy that we might do. And okay, here, leave a comment if you think you know what it is. What?
You.
I said, leave a comment. It's a comedy. It's one of the best comedy trilogies ever from the '80s, and that's all I'm going to say. It's hilarious. They're fun, and they don't make comedies like that anymore. We're thinking about maybe doing that, but don't.
Yeah, but I think we've kind of talked about some other ones, but we've been concentrating more on the horror ones
That's
right
what I
now.
know.
So please remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you know when I post new content. Share the page. It would be greatly appreciated. Subscribers, thank you. You guys are awesome. Appreciate all of you. My watchers, I appreciate you guys as well. I have several movies to edit reviews for you guys. I have several more I need to record yet. So they're going to be coming. I'm just a little limited on when I can download right now, but I'm getting that figured out. So that is it. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.